World Day Against Trafficking in Persons is observed on July 30th. This UN-established holiday raises awareness about human trafficking and encourages the protection of victims' rights. The News Forum's Western Canada Bureau Chief Hal Roberts caught up with one nonprofit group in Alberta, which is doing its part to save many from the world of human trafficking and the sex trade industry.
According to Public Safety Canada, over the past 10 years, more than 4,500 incidents of human trafficking have been reported to police. Most, or about 86%, were reported in the big cities, and 93% involved women and girls. Now, the government also says 42% of the victims were between the ages of 18 and 24, 23% between 25 and 34, and 23% 17 or younger. And according to the stats, 91% of the victims were trafficked by someone they knew. Well, there's an organization in Lethbridge, Alberta, which is doing its part to help combat human trafficking. It's called Not for Sale. It's a nonprofit group led by their director, Joy-Lynn Stickel. And joining Joy-Lynn and myself is Tanisha Stromberg, someone who is a human trafficking survivor. Ladies, thanks so much for your time today.
Thanks for having us.
Now, Joy-Lynn, tell me more about the group Not for Sale. How did it come to be?
So about 16 years ago today, or not today, but 16 years ago, I went to a conference and I heard about human trafficking and sex trafficking for the first time. I had never heard about it before in my life, and it just grabbed my heart. It grabbed me in a way that I couldn't let go. And my husband uh, tells a story about me just coming home and crying and not being able to know what to do with this new knowledge that this is out there. And so we decided to step out. We just said, if we can't help everything, if we can't change the world with this, we want to help one person. We want to rescue one person. We want to help restore them to health and to safety, and to know that they are valued. And so we stepped out, and with some help, we started Not for Sale, and it's been going for 16 years now. We have been in Cambodia. We were there for 3 years with an organization that we were able to help 23 women and girls go through a home there, and just learn a lot about how to just help people in this area. And then we decided to move to Mexico and move closer to home and be able to kind of have more hands-on management with our home, our international home. So we started a home in Mexico in 2023, and then organically started a home in Kenya in 2024. And yeah, it's just been really exciting with the overseas and being able to open homes to help survivors of human trafficking. But also in the meantime, locally, we are raising awareness, we're raising funds, we're gathering people who are interested in and have a passion to help people who can't help themselves necessarily. And so we've been raising the awareness in schools and in youth groups and different things to help kind of combat this.
You know, according to the International Labor Organization, around 1.7 million kids were trafficked for commercial sexual exploitation, which is very, very sad. Human trafficking, as we've read online in the news, is big business. And according to that International Labor Organization last year, profits from human trafficking totaled more than $236 billion. Now, you actually believe, Joy-Lynn, that when there are a lot of big events in big cities, such as, let's say, a World Cup or whatever major sporting events, that's when you see a lot of the human traffickers come out?
Yep. Yeah, you see in the news different things like that, where it's just, I think people are in a party mentality, and there's a lot of men in sports that gather together, and even women, and it's just sex workers are yeah, in high demand in those things. And you see it as, I think people step away from their normal day-to-day lives and go into a whole new um atmosphere, and so it almost seems like it's something that it's available to them. And yeah, it's horrible.
Now, as a parent or a caregiver, what are some of the signs to watch out for that a loved one may have become a victim of human trafficking?
Yeah, so kids are sometimes don't even know that they're being exploited. Sometimes kids don't even know they're being exploited, or they're too scared to ask for help. And so we need to, as parents and as teachers and as adults in this world, we need to be able to watch for different things like behavioral changes. We've seen people withdraw or seem disoriented or angry or aggressive, just different changes in their behaviors. You can watch for their appearance or their health if they're being malnourished or if there's frequent injuries that just don't make sense. Sudden changes in their clothing or makeup or branding or tattoos, obviously, are a huge sign to look out for. You need to watch for their technology use. And so being obsessed with texting somebody or with social media, they're using multiple phones and without explanation, they have suddenly cash gifts or clothes gifts or makeup or different things like that. They live with someone who isn't a parent or guardian, keep watch on that. And then they appear to be coached while speaking. They exhibit loyalty and protectiveness towards someone who's clearly controlling them. So obviously there's a lot of different things that you need to watch out for, and those are just kind of touching some pinpointing things. But yeah, there's a lot of different things that you need to watch out for. And mostly with your own kids or with kids that you know, it's changes, changes in their attitude, changes in their demeanor, and just always being very aware of who they're with and who they're talking to online is a big deal.
Now, Tanisha, you were saved from the world of human trafficking. Did you kind of experience what Joy-Lynn is discussing? Are you able to share your story?
Yes, absolutely. As a child, I had been sexually exploited and trafficked from a young age. And some of the tactics that Joylyn is mentioning would be the same tactics used on me. So, perpetrators will use a series of grooming techniques, followed by manipulation and blackmail. And blackmail was one that was used regularly on me, saying, if you don't perform these types of acts, or if you don't come back or comply with what we're asking, we're going to come after different family members or close people to you, or say, nobody's going to love you anymore. And as a child, it's hard to have a foundation, never mind the cognitive ability to understand what's going on, or a way to be able to reason it. But even as people become teenagers or adults, like those grooming tactics, those manipulation tactics are really strong and can really just pull at people's emotions. So it's pretty tricky. Once I was able to become physically free from that trafficking, there was still a lot that I needed to work through emotionally and mentally and spiritually in order to be able to experience freedom in my life. And my hope now is to be able to take some of that pain that I experienced as a child and just continue to bring purpose to it. I've been able to find purpose in being part of the not for sale team. And yeah, that's been a really healing part of my journey as well.
So, Tanisha, how were you able to escape what many would refer to as modern slavery? How did you get out?
So my parents ended up moving to a different province, so it happened kind of organically. There isn't really a dramatic story in that side of it, but thankfully they moved, and that created enough of a physical gap where I was no longer able to be targeted by that group of people.
So, Joy-Lynn, if we have a family member that we think may is being human trafficked right now, should they reach out to the police right away and then follow up with you? What's the
Yeah.
process?
Yeah, absolutely. Always reach out to the authorities. There's a trafficking helpline that's or a hotline that is available, and you can find that number anywhere online. So they have the expertise to be able to kind of deal with it on a legal side and on a protective side. We love to connect people with different organizations or different resources that can help them. And we love to walk with people through the journey of healing and counseling and even reporting or different things like that. So definitely talk to the authorities, and we are here to help.
Now, for viewers who want more information on how they can maybe help those who are being human trafficked, get involved with organizations like yourself, where can they go?
They can go to Not for Sale on online, and there's a volunteer form. There's a newsletter that you can sign up for. There's lots of information on our website with that, and there's obviously a bunch of other organizations that are doing great things with this. It takes us all. It's such a huge crime that it needs to take everybody stepping in and making a difference in their own world. So we would love to have people connect with us, join our team, join our volunteering, join our advocates who speak out in their own world and in their own sphere of influence and are able to change the world that way.
Joy-Lynn Stickel and Tanisha Stromberg with Not for Sale, thanks so much for the very important work that you're doing, and thank you for joining us today on the News Forum.
Thanks for having us.